Good evening, everyone. We are going to start in 2 to 3 minutes, okay? Let others also join. Good evening, Ganesh. Are you from full stack domain? Okay, so let's start with the session. Yesterday we have learning about CSS basics. Today we will start with JavaScript, okay? In JavaScript, basically today we are going to start with let constant where again, so that you can get a fair idea about it. And someone of you also saying that s- to start with that topic. I guess Noor was there, but she's not there right now. Let's start with it, okay? Otherwise, if that was clear to you, then we can skip that, and when she will join, then we will just recap those concepts. So accordingly, let me know. Okay, okay, Kriti. So just a second, let me share my screen, okay? Okay, so today we basically are going to see about the concept of arrow function and traditional function which were used in JavaScript. Okay, so basically arrow function was come in 2016 around when ECMAScript ES6 was released. So it will give you more features and more attributes so that you can use it in your particular arrow function, and that will make your code short and also make it easy for you. Okay, so first of all, I am telling you about the normal function and how it is different from the arrow function. You will get it through the syntax. So just a second. First of all, we are going to learn about traditional functions. Okay. Now in traditional function, what we have to do, we just have to use a function uh, attribute over there. Just a second, just a second. Yes. So basically in traditional function, what we actually do, we just declare a function like a function keyword for that. Okay. And we just provide the name of it. So first of all, I am creating a you can say little bit of code where we can see that how we can access this keyword through that in the traditional function. So let's write a object for that first. Okay, so this is basically I am creating a object having name person1, and object is basically in this particular syntax where we have to open the curly parenthesis and provide the key value attributes. Okay. So first of all, suppose I am giving them the name Vansh. Okay. And in another attribute or in another key value pair, what I am doing, I am just using a greet name function. See, here I am defining a function like this. So what I have done, as an object will take key and value pairs. So I am making my function name to be called in greet. Okay. And this is the function declaration. So here function is this. Now what I will do, simply I will just console the name over here. The name is given over here. I will just console it over here using console.log. And after that, I will use concatenation method to just append both of the two strings. So here, what I am doing, I just use a plus symbol for concatenation and then this dot name. Now, just understand the thing that what we basically are doing over here. If I call this function through person1, which is the object, then let's see what is happening. See, first of all, what we have done, we have created an object having name person1. In object in JavaScript, we basically provide them the key value attributes. Means this name is the key, and after that we have to provide them the value for it. This greet is a name of a particular function, and after that we are providing them the function details. Okay, so basically what is happening, this is the normal function and it is consoling hello. Okay, so hello will be printed first. After that it is concatenating through this plus operator and see what is happening, this dot name. So basically this refers to the current object, and in traditional function, as this is a traditional function, so it will have their own declared this. So it will search for this dot name, means whatever the name of object will be there, it will fetch that name from the scope over here in this function. So what will be the output? This dot name will point to name Vansh. So that is happening over here. So basically when I will call this function, it will provide me the output hello Vansh. person person1 dot greet. Why I have used person1 dot greet? Because it is as I already told you that person1 is an object. Okay, and if we want to call any parameter from that object, then we have to use dot operator. And as we all know that greet is a function, so that's why we are using greet, and after that the function field function property over there. So person1 dot greet is basically calling your greet function. So when I execute it, so just a second. Okay. So what I will do, I will just use node space index.js. When I run this, are you able to see the output? It is coming like hello Vansh. Okay. Means that the this keyword in your, you can say, traditional functions have predefined this for a particular object. But now if I will create the same thing for arrow function, then we are going to compare both of them. Suppose const person2 is there. Okay. There is also the syntax difference. I will let you know about each and everything for that. Now name is suppose again Vansh. Okay. I have put it the same name over here. Now a greet function will be there. Okay. Greet is the function name. In the traditional function, we use this function keyword with that. But here in arrow function, we directly declare a function like this and provide a arrow symbol. So that's why it is known as arrow function, because the you can say here a little bit of arrow is created within the syntax. This is doing the same thing as this line, just the syntax is shorter and it is creating a arrow. So that's why we called it as arrow function. So basically what is happening? We are just using this function to declare our attributes over here. Now, same thing I am doing over here, which is console.log. And after that, same thing like hello. Then we are going to use concatenation. And after that, I will use this dot name. Okay. This is the same thing we are doing over here also. And same thing we are doing over here also. Now just call this over here using person2 dot, just a second. Okay. So yes. So I basically no, we are continuing from traditional function and arrow function. So I will let you know about the concept of let, where, or const also, as you have told me in yesterday's session that we have to start from there. Okay, but as you were not present, so I have started this traditional function and arrow function concept. I will let you know about this also. Just a second. Let me just complete it first. So here, guys, what we are doing, we are using this person2 over here, like person2 is there. We are using person2 over here and then call the function. What is the function name? It is greet. Okay. This is what I have done. Now, if right now I execute this, see what will happen. Okay. So just a second, let me clear it one more time and then I will execute it, then it will clear. Yeah. So see, for the first case, for the traditional function, what is happening? That you have defined a particular object, you have assigned the key value attribute, like name is Vansh, and then a function name, and then the function declaration. Okay. In this function declaration, what you are doing, that console.log hello space plus this dot name. Now in traditional function, basically what happens that uh, it have their own, you can say, this parameter. Okay. And that basically defines the current object which is over there. So when you are calling that function, like this greet function, when we are calling in traditional function, so basically it append the this keyword to this person1. Okay. So understand it like this. In traditional function, when we call a function, what it will do, it will append that this keyword with the object which is calling your function. Through person1, we are actually calling our greet. Okay. So same thing it will do. It will just assign, now this keyword is basically targeting your person1. So it will search in person1 dot name. Is there any name field in person1? Yes, there is a name field in person1. So same thing it will do. It will just provide you the output for it, like hello and the name, whatever you have provided. So you can see here we are getting the name hello and then bunch. But now let's come to arrow function. Okay, here we are going to use arrow function. So first of all, it is different in syntax. How we can say that it is different in syntax? You can see over here. Here we were using function keyword, but here we are not using function keyword. We are directly creating a function parameter and then using this arrow type of indication over here. That's why it is named arrow function. Okay. And arrow function has basically the advanced feature as compared to your traditional function. It was developed in ECMAScript 2016 version, where all the you can say features like map were introduced. When we are going to go through with React, I will let you know about this one more time. Okay, then see what will happen. You have created a function. Now you are defining it. So here what you are doing, console.log hello this dot name. So according to you, what should happen, that it will also give you the same output because everything is same. Here we are also using this dot name. Here we are also using this node name. But now there is one thing which is basically the difference between both of them. Arrow function don't have their this keyword. Means this basically when you are calling an arrow function using this object, then it basically not defines this parameter to Vansh, because arrow function don't have their this keyword. They basically search for this keyword in the lexical scope. This term is important, that what is lexical scope? Lexical scope is basically the outer part of this. Means that as there is no this keyword for arrow function. Okay, so though so they don't fetch the value from here, from this object. They are not going to fetch the value. They fetch this keyword value from global context. Okay, or globally, or from lexical scope. Lexical scope means outer scope of this, where it is defined. So that's why it assigned it as undefined, because they not search the value from the inner, you can say, context. This is not lexical context. Lexical context means outer scope, and this is not the outer scope. You can see, you can say that this is a function, like here we are defining it. So for this, the name is outer function or outer variable, but this is not correct. Why? Because you are defining that all of these things in a particular, you can say, object. So for this, the outer scope is outside this object. Okay, not outside this function. Outside this object, they have to search for this keyword. So at that time, it shows you undefined. So this is the basic difference between arrow function and traditional function. Okay, I will let you know about it one more time. So don't worry if you don't got it. Just right now in the chat box, let me know that have you got the concept, that about the syntax, that how they are different. Then we will talk about that how actually they are different. Okay, the scope wise, this keyword wise, I will let you know that how they are different. So just let me know that is it clear to you for traditional function, that this keyword basically refer to the particular object through which you are calling to it. Okay. Just in simple line, if I let you know that in traditional function, what happens, that through which object you are calling your function, this basically refer to that. Okay. And this is basically a keyword which actually targets your current object or tells you about the current object. So basically this keyword here is referring to person one. That's why you are getting here in normal function. Okay. I hope that it is clear. That additional function part is clear to you. Just let me know. Okay. Now, uh, I will let you know about arrow function part. See, in this arrow function part, as syntax is different, also with syntax, there is one more difference, which is accessing of this keyword. Means that in traditional function, they have their own this keyword. Means whenever you are going to use this keyword in person, in traditional function, it will fetch some value from wherever it is called or wherever it is defined. But this is not the same case with your arrow function. It search for global scope, means the lexical scope or global scope, which is outside all the declaration part. Okay, so that's why it will not append the value of name to be Vanch over here because it will search for the name outside this scope. And outside this scope, there is no variable having name as the variable name. So that's why they have appended over undefined here. Okay. So this is the simple explanation for it. Just you have to know about two things over here, which is lexical scope. So basically lexical scope means outer scope. Okay. And outer scope, and it is done through arrow function. Arrow function basically use this. So just keep this in mind that whenever there is a case of arrow function basically do one thing, that they will search outside this particular object or outside that there where they have called. Okay. So suppose let's try one more thing over here. If I just do this and call it over here, just a second. Let's try it. Okay, so if I define it outside it with a where name is equals to bunch. Okay, and let's try to execute it. Still, it is showing undefined. Just a second. This is the scope for it, and what we have done, we have calling this dot name. Just give me a second. Wait. Or instead of where, if I use const over here as where is, and then I execute it, still it is showing undefined. Just remove this bit of part. Okay. It is not saving. Just a second. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was searching for this. So for getting it, I have to use name over here. Then it will be visible for it. Yeah. So see, in this case of arrow function, what you have to do, if you want to fetch a particular name inside a particular function, then you can declare it globally. See here, I have declared it globally. Why globally? Because it is outside this particular, you can say object. So that's why it is globally, and that's why it is fetched over here. You can see for name, we are getting the value bunch over here. So this is the thing you have to keep in your mind. But if you want to use that particular this keyword, then make sure that it is your traditional function, not the arrow function. Okay. Like suppose if you want to use this dot name, then make sure that it is not a arrow function. It is your traditional function. And how we can convert it to traditional function? Just write a function keyword over there. And if now you execute this, and you have to also provide the properties accordingly, because it treat it as a object. Okay, so what it will do, it will search for the name attribute over here, and then we have to provide the value over here. Yes, so now if I execute it, it is same as the previous one. It will provide you hello bunch. But when I convert it to an arrow function, then this keyword will not provide you the value of name, because it will search it in the global scope, okay, or in the outer scope after this. And as there is no name variable over there, so it will provide you the output as undefined. I hope now it is clear. Okay. What about others? So in simple word, you can okay, okay. So in simple words, you can just remember this, that whenever you are using a traditional function, then through whatever object you are calling, this will definitely going to target that particular object. Okay. And through that, you can find the output. But when we are talking about arrow function, in arrow function, what actually happens that there is nothing like this keyword. So they don't have their own this keyword. So they will search it in the global scope or outside scope, which is known as lexical scope. Lexical scope means the outside scope. Okay. So that's why it is making it undefined and provided you the answer that hello and undefined for it. Okay. I hope that now it is clear to you. Okay. So now we are moving further with the same concept, let, where, and const. I will just give you a one code and there it all will be mentioned that how they are different and how we are fetching each of their value. So just a second, we will go through with that. Okay, so let's write a function first, and then it will be clear to you that how we are getting the output for it. So let's write a function. Suppose function test I want to write. Okay, and basically I will use a condition over here. Inside it inside it, I will just declare all the variables like where x equal to 10. After that, let x equal to 20. And after that, const z equals to 30, 25 or 30, whatever you want. Okay, just make it let x. Yeah. So what I have done inside this particular scope, this is a block scope for all the variables. Okay. Inside the block scope, we have declared all the variables over here. Now what I will do, I will just print all these values outside this scope and we will just see that for what we will get the output. Just a second. Console.log and after that x console.log and after that y and then console.log at last it is z. So what I am doing here, I have defined all of these three variables in a particular, you can say scope, which is a block scope. A particular curly brace is known as a block. So it is the block is starting from here and ended over here. So in this block, I have defined all the three variables. Now I am calling the output outside that. So as you all have the idea that out of this where, let, and const, only where has function scope means that it will be available throughout the function whenever you are going to call it. Okay. So according to that, the output must be that we will get the value for x only, not for y and z. So let's test it over here. Okay. What I will do, I will just execute this file. Okay. Yeah, I have not called my function. Just a second. Let me call it. So here it is. Yeah. X and then make it Y and this to be Z. So let's execute it. Just a second. Where is there let and const Z is there. Still it is showing Y is not defined. Y is defined. Let Y equal to 20 is there. Then Y it is saying just second. Let me save the file and let me clear it. Just okay, okay. So you can see, sorry, I was getting the error, not error, I was getting the output for it. You can see for X, we are getting the output. For X, 10 is coming. Yes. But for Y and Z, it is throwing me that Y is not defined. And similarly for Z, it will show us or after that it has stopped running it. Okay. Why it is saying that y is not defined if you have defined the let y equal to 20? The reason is that let and const are block scope. So their value are inside only this particular block. Okay, they are block scope. So that's why their value are there in this particular block. If you are going outside this block, then they will not provide you their value. They will show you an error that they are undefined. So suppose if I put it over here in the same block, now if I provide the you can say value. Now you have to tell me the output, that what is the output for this particular code. Just in the chat box, let me know that what is the value for X, what is the value for Y, and what is the value for Z. You have to provide me the output for it. Just in chat box, let me know about it. Everyone, please try to do it. For each and every variable, I want the value, like for Y, then for X, and then for Z also. Just let me know. For X, Y, Z, all of the three, I want the value. Okay. And what about Z, Devidisa? Yes, perfect, Preeti. Yeah. And what is your answer, Noor? Okay. So Noor, just also drop your answer in the chat box. Hello, Noor, are you there? Okay, so Noor, do you know get the approach that how we are analyzing that why the Y is giving the value Y Z is undefined? Are you able to now get it? Because variable is function scope. So wherever you want, you can use it in that function. So you have to just remember about the scope. This is a block scope. Okay. This is block scope and const is also block scope. So that's why you are not getting any output for them outside this particular block. Okay. I hope now it is clear to you. Just confirm me in the chat box so that we can further move with the part of array. Okay. So now guys, let's discuss about the array part. Okay. Like what is array in JavaScript? Just a second. So all of you are familiar that array is basically used to store the same type of variable. You have also learned about different programming languages like C, C++, Python, Java, and whatever programming language you have done. You have seen over there that array is something that stores different types of elements, like same type of element in the continuous places. Okay, like first index, second index, third index, and that index's value will be continuous. So same thing is here in JavaScript. So let's see about the array part in JavaScript, that what is array in JavaScript and what are the operations related to it. So let me just clear this it out. Okay, let's start. So I am basically doing initializing my array. Suppose array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically what I have done, I have created an array of 5 elements where the zeroth index is indicating my first element. By default in JavaScript, the zero index, like the arrays are zero indexing, means that the first element is always going to be your zeroth index. So at zeroth index, we have first element. At first index, we have value 2. At second index, we have value 3. So suppose if you want to check it, then you can also do it like this: console.log, and after that nums, and then the value of a particular index. So num 0, so that you can get the value for it. And let's see what we are getting over here. So you can see at the zeroth index, we are getting value 1. So it proves that by default, we have arrays in JavaScript with zero indexing. Okay. Sorry. Now what I will do, I will just let you know about the different types of operations we can perform in JavaScript with a different type of functions, inbuilt function. First of all, a push method. Push basically is a function used to add an element at the end of any existing array. Okay, let's try to see it. So suppose my array name is nums. So nums dot, I will use a push method over there, push function. And if I am pushing something, then I have to provide the value for it also. So suppose I will provide the value 6 over here. So what will happen? Basically, push methods adds element at the end of the existing array. Okay. So at the end of the existing array, it will add 6. So let's cross check that. How we can cross check that? We can console it. Console.log. And what you can do? You can print your whole array like this. So let's see that what we are getting as an output. So are you able to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are now the array elements, but our original array was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So through this push operator, what you have done, you have just pushed the value, as the name is suggesting that it is going to push something to your existing array. So it will just append this 6, but at the last, not at the first index, not in the middle index, it will add it in the last index. Okay. So let's add 2, 3 more elements over there at your end and let me know. Push, suppose now I want to push 8. Okay, so I have pushed it. And now I again want this to be printed. Okay, so for that I am using this. And if I just execute it, you can see that now here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. Now the arrays are coming over here. Okay, so this is the push method over here in arrays. But suppose I want to now delete the elements from the last. Suppose I want to delete this 8, which is now pushed at the last index. So for that, we can use pop operation. So nums.pop means you are using this pop operator or pop function at your existing array, which is nums. At nums, just define this pop operator. And if now I console your, suppose console dot log and then your attribute over here and just execute it, then you can see that, see, first of all, what is happening, you are having elements up to 8, but when I have used pop once time, then it will delete an element from the last. Okay, so what it will do, it will delete an element from the last of an array, existing array. I hope that it is clear that what we are doing through push and what we are doing through pop. As the name is suggesting, through push, we are going to push something to an existing array and it will be pushed at the end. And same thing, if we are doing pop operation, means we are deleting something from the array, it will be also done through the last index. So I can also call it one more time, nums.pop. And basically what it will do, it will just delete one more element. Now, if I do it, it will just delete this 6 from the last. Okay, let's see. So you can see now the array which we are getting is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not 6 is there because we have again done the pop operation at our end. Okay, so clear guys? Push and pop is clear to you? Okay, so now this is push and pop. Similarly, there are two more functions, which is shift and unshift. Okay, so let's also check about them, that what are these functions. So wait, let me just paste this code in the chat box. Here it is. Now what I will do, I will tell you about shift and unshift. So basically, through pop and push, you are performing an operation at the end of an existing array. Like if you are adding it through push, then it will be added to the end part. If you are deleting it, then also it is ending deleting through the end part. But if I want to add an element at the start of a particular array, then I have to use unshift and shift method. So let's use unshift and shift. So basically, unshift, basically we used to add at the start of the array. Start of the array. Add an element, just a second. Add an element at the start of an array. Okay. So now you all have the idea about it, that what it will do. If I use nums dot unshift and push a value, suppose 9, and just console it. For consoling it, we have to use console.log, and after that nums. So what it will provide? It will just add 9 at the starting of our existing array. So let's check it. Yes. So are you getting the output over here? It is providing 9 at the starting of this existing nums array. So 9 was not there, but through unshift, we have appended it at the starting of the array. Same thing what you can do, you can just use shift method. Like if suppose I use shift method, so now you know that what it will do, the reverse of unshift. Delete an element from the starting of existing array. Okay. So what it will do, if I just use nums dot shift, so it will first delete your 9. Then if I do again one more time, nums dot shift, then what it will do? It will delete first from here. Okay. Now let's, according to us, if we dry run this code, we will get the output like 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's cross check it. Console.log and then the nums part over here. Now if I execute it, so you can see after unshifting or adding an element 9, the output is this. But after that, I have used 2 time shift. 2 time shift means, first of all, delete the element at the start, means delete 9. Then again delete another element. Now what is at the start? 1 is at the starting point. So they have deleted 1 from there also. 9 and 1 are deleted. What is left? 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was the resulting actual array now left. Okay. So this is shift, unshift, pop and push. So just revise this concept. I will cross question you right now that what each of them will do. So you have to let me know about it. That push is used to just push the element at the end. Unshift is used to push the element at the first place. And same thing you have to tell me for pop and shift, unshift. Sorry, shift. Okay. So just take a time, revise this concept. Within 2 minutes, I will ask. Okay, so everyone ready? Now just raise your hand that who wants to tell about each and every concept. Up to now, what we have covered, like from the let where const, after that the functional arrow, traditional function and arrow function, and then this pop, push, shift, and unshift. So just raise your hand or just in chat box, let me know that you want to answer it. Anyone? Noor, Kriti, Devidisa. Okay. So yes, first your turn, Devidisa.
So please, are we supposed to say everything we've learned or just the ones you know? Hello?
What? Sorry.
Please, are we supposed to say everything we've learned today?
Okay, okay. So
Like
let's do
summarize
one thing,
everything?
that I will ask cross questions. Okay. So you have to just answer them because it will be lengthy if I ask every one of you about each and every topic. Okay. So just let us know that what the push function will do in an existing array?
Okay, the push function adds an element to the list.
Okay. And if we want to delete a particular element from the starting of an array, then which type of function we have to use?
Shifts.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Yes, so that's it. If you are answering it, then it means that you are getting all the concepts. So good work, Davidisa. Now let's continue with the further part. Okay. Now we will discuss about the map function over there. Map is basically an important function. Okay. Right now, what is happening through all the function you are using over here, they are changing your existing element. Okay. Or existing array means your actual array is affected through all the operations over there. Now let's talk about map function. So let nums equals to, let me define it one more time, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is your existing array. Okay. Now what I will do, I will use map function. Now map function basically transform the existing array and create a new array from it. Means, suppose if I want to multiply all the numbers present over here by 2. So that can be possible. I am transforming the existing array. So that is possible through map operator. Okay. So let's discuss about map operator, about their syntax, then it will be clear to you. So first of all, it will give me the new array. It will not affect this existing array. It will provide me a new array. So I have to store the outcome in a particular variable. So that's why I am using let, and what we are, suppose if we are multiplying by 2. So let give it a name double. I am doubling the element. Okay. Then you have to use the name of the existing array. Means I want to perform the map operation on this particular array. And how basically it do? It will create an instance which basically, as I have to transform all the existing array elements, like I have to transform one, I have to transform two, I have to transform three, so on. So it will just create an indexing element. Like suppose give it any name. I am giving it a name num, and basically this num moves to each and every index over there and change the value accordingly whatever you are writing over here. See what this line of code will do. First of all, through map, you are targeting this num array and you want to map, or you want to track each and every element of this array so that you can transform it. Okay. But now see what is happening. You have to also write the logic for it, that how you want to transform the in every index element. So for that, suppose if that map is at first element, then you want to transform that number, that number must change to number into 2. That's how we are going to double it. Okay. Same thing you have to do. It will just move one by one from each and every index and let you provide your output to this double variable which you have declared over here. Okay. So let's see about the output. So what can I do? I can just simply console.log and then provide them the name of our variable, which is nums. Okay. Let's try to, oh, sorry, I have used the semicolon inside it. Yeah. So let's clear the screen first. Accordingly, what would must be the output after this? We will get, oh, sorry, we don't have to console nums because we are storing the output in double. Okay. So that's why I am consoling double. So in double, what output will be there? 1 will be converted to 2, 2 will be converted to 4, 3 will be converted to 6, and so on. 5 will be converted to 10. So let's check. So as you can see here, the double over here is providing us the same output, that it is going to each and every index over there and transforming each and every index according to your logic, whatever logic you have provided. If you want to multiply it by 3, by 4, by 1000, it will provide you a new array, and that new array is not going to change your nums array. Okay. So if suppose if I will console nums also, then that will be unchanged. So that is the benefit of your map array. It will just provide you a new array. So yeah, right now you can see like in push and unshift, what is happening that your existing array will be changed. But here in map, you will get a new array which will not affect your existing array. So I hope that it is clear to you. Okay, okay, no problem, Noor. Okay, so just let me know that is it clear, guys? Okay. So this is your map function. Now we will check about filter function. Okay, filter function basically, as the name is suggesting, it will filter out something. Okay, let's see how we can do it. Just a second. Okay, map we have discussed. Let me comment it over here. Like we have read about map concept. After that, we are discussing about filters in JavaScript. Okay. Now filter, as the name is suggesting, based on a particular condition, it will filter out some element from the existing array and provide you the output. Suppose we are just adding two elements over there. Okay. Now suppose if I want to get the output of those numbers from this array which are divisible by 2. Okay. So for that, this filters function comes in use. We are going to just provide them the condition and it will filter out the existing the elements from the existing array. So it will be more clear when we just execute a code about it. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let, and what we are checking, the multiple of 2. So even number, suppose if I give the name, let even number. Okay, and what I will do, I will just append this filters or filter to this nums dot filter. Now write your condition. Track each and every element and just provide me those elements which are divisible by 2. So this is basically the modulo operator. What it will do, it will just provide you the reminder of a particular, you can say, it will provide you remainder. Means that suppose if 2 is there, so 2 comes to num, 2 modulo 2 means 2 divided by 2. What is the, you can say, reminder? 0. So it will return 0. And if 0 is equivalent to 0, this condition is true, means this filter will figure out that 2 is our targeted element and it will provide us 2 as the output. Now if 3 will come, as we are using filter, so it will also map it one by one. Now 3 modulo 2, remainder is 1. 1 is not equivalent to 0. Condition is false, so it will not provide this 3 in the output. So let's check. How we can check it? By consoling it. Console.log, and after that, your even number. Okay. So now if I just execute it, you can see, first of all, here from this line, we are getting all the double values. Okay, so double values are coming. After that, by this line, we are printing the existing array. Okay, the existing array is this. By filters, what we are doing, we want to get the even numbers from this array. So as you can see, 2, 4, 6 are the even number present in the existing array. And how we have filtered it out? We have filtered it out using filter method, and filter method basically needs a condition according to which you want to filter out the elements. Okay, so we are basically providing them that the number must provide out remainder 0 when modulo by 2. Okay, so is it clear, everyone? Just let me paste the code over here. Okay, okay, perfect. Okay, now let's talk about, these are the basic functions, and also I know that you have the knowledge about it. Okay, but as we have to cover uh, these topics, so that's why I am telling you about it. Okay, from React, we are going to see about in proper structured way through W3 school, that how we can move further. Okay. Now let's remove this and talk about spread operator. Spread operator is again an important operator. Do you have the idea about spread operator in JavaScript? Just let me know in the chat box. Second, do you know about spread operator, guys? Just say yes or no. It will be good if you know it, but it will be even more good if you don't know it. Okay. It will be clear right now for you. Okay, okay. Okay, that's great. Now let's talk about spread operator. Spread operator basically in JavaScript is used to copy the element of an array to any other array. Okay. Just give me a second. I will write 2 lines of code and then it will be clear to you that how these things work. Let array1. Suppose array1 is there. What am doing? I am providing few elements in array1. Okay. Array1 having these elements. After that, let array2. In array2, suppose I want to copy all the elements of array1. Okay. Then in JavaScript, to do these things, to copy the existing part of an array, we use spread operator. The indication for spread operator is 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. This is basically the indication of spread operator. Okay. How to use it? You have to use 3 time dot, 1, 2, 3. This is spread operator. Now let them know that which array you want to copy. So you want to copy array1. So just put array1 before that. After that means you want to copy through these 3 dots. You want to say that you want to copy something. Now give them the content that what you want to copy. You want to copy array1. So array1 will be copied to array2 now. And also add few more elements to it. Like up to 4 there were elements. 5, 6, 7. So basically what will happen then if I console array2, if I console array2 over here, then what will be the output? It will just see that what is there in array2. So it will check. Okay, the spread operator is there and array1 is there. Means they want to copy the array1. So array1 has the element 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, and 4 will be in array2 now. 1, 2, 3, 4 is array2 using spread operator and 5, 6, 7 are already there. So the final output will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's check it. So you can see over here that we are getting the same output. So this is spread operator. Easy. Everyone got it? That how we are doing it? The spread operator is used to copy something. Okay, copying an existing array to the another array. What is the symbol for it? These 3 dots are the symbols for it. So I hope that it is clear to you now. This is spread operator. Okay, okay, perfect. These are basically very basic things, but still there are some jargons like spread operator. Someone if this is a basic question, but still if someone asks you about what is spread operator, then if you don't know the concept, you are not going to just tell them about the answer. So that this is asked in few times in interviews. Okay, also. So that's why it is important one. Now, after spread operator, I will let you know about template literals. It is also an important thing in JavaScript. Okay, what is it? Template literal. Literals. Okay, this is an important concept of template literals. How we have to use it? What is it? Okay, I will tell you everything about it. First of all, let me tell you that what is it? It is basically in ECMAScript 6, means in the latest version of ECMAScript, they have added this feature template literal. Right now, what we were doing, suppose console.log, okay, and if I want to print a name like hello, and after that, I want to add a name which I have defined earlier. Suppose if I want to fetch the value like this. So what I am doing, I am using concatenation over there. I am using sometimes this double quote. And if the variable is defined, then I don't have to use it in double quotes. Otherwise, it will print name as it is. So to remove this particular problem, and accordingly your system will evaluate your expression, this template literal was come in the picture. Let's see that how we can do it, and it will be more clear. So first of all, let name is equal to Vanch. I am providing my name here. Okay. And let my age to be 22. Okay. Then what I will do, console.log, and now see the change. I will use backticks. Backticks is there after the below the escape keyword in your laptop. Okay, so don't use the normal string. You can say quotes, single quotes. You have to use backticks for it. This is backticks. Okay, so in backticks you have to provide the template literal. How it will work? Hello, my name is. Now, if it was a normal string, then what I have to do? I have to use plus operator and then provide the name value. But as we are working on template literals, so what will happen that inside it, it will evaluate the expression like this. Use a dollar symbol, use a curly parenthesis so that your system will know that you have to fetch some value, and which value you want to fetch, the name value which I have defined Vansh. So basically it will provide you the output for it. Okay, hello, my name is Vansh and I am, now provide them the age like this. You can provide them the age, years old. Okay, so what will happen that it will evaluate both of these two expressions. Like this is an expression, this is an expression. It will evaluate it accordingly, and you don't have to use plus symbol. You don't have to use double quotes. And after that, if same thing I have to do through normal string method, then what will happen that I have to use this part first of all in string format, then a plus operator, and then name after that, then again a plus operator, then again you can say double quotes, and after that. So to remove that problem and to evaluate the expressions accordingly, we use template literals, and it uses backticks, not single quotes. It is using backticks. Okay, so if suppose I just evaluate it, so you can see, hello, my name is Vansh and I am 22 years old. This is the output. They are exactly doing for what they have meant. Created. They are just fetching the values accordingly and evaluating your expression. Also, you can do one more thing over here. Suppose if you write console.log and then write any expression over there, suppose dollar, and inside dollar 2 plus 2. This can't be done within your string. Okay. So what we have do, you are just doing 2 plus 2, provide me the output for it. Okay. And we have not used backticks. Just a second. We have to use backticks for it. And here also, then only it will work. So now if I suppose console it, so you can see it is evaluating my expression. But at the same time, if I use console.log, okay, and in console.log, if I write the same expression, see same expression I am writing over there, a dollar symbol, a curly parenthesis, and in that curly parenthesis, 2 plus 2. So it will just provide me the output same whatever is there in the double quotes. So that is basically the difference between template literal and your normal string. Are you able to get the difference? Is it clear? Just let me know that is it clear, guys? That why we are using template literals. And one more thing is there. Like see, if I do console.log, okay, and I am using double quotes, suppose double quotes, hello, and the line is big and I want to press an enter and then want to write hello, I am Vansh. So you can see it is giving me an error. I am not able to just write multi-line of codes using the double quotes. But same thing if I do through template literal, then it will work fine. Hello, a line break. I am Vansh. Like you can see that I am using multi-lines, multi-line string over here, which is only can be done through template literals. Okay, suppose if I now execute this also, then it will provide me the output accordingly. So multi-line supporting is also there, which is not there in strings part. Okay, so I have tell you about the difference also, that what is the basic difference between double quotes and this backtick template literal technique. Okay, I hope that it is clear. Just let me provide the output in the chat box. Just let me know guys in the chat box that it is everything clear up to now. Hello Kriti, hello Davidisa. Is it clear guys? Okay, okay. Now basic looping is left. Okay, so let's also discuss about that. And from tomorrow we are going to start with React. And tomorrow in tomorrow session I will also assign projects to you. Okay, that what you have to create for the first week. So mm, please be there in that session on time at 6 p.m. and I will let you know that what you have to do. So let's create an array. Let arr for array, okay, and there are elements suppose 10, 20, 30, and 40. Now simple looping we are going to see that how we can use. So first of all, this for loop basically prints the continuous element. If you are iterating over here from in this array length, then what it will do, for first index it will print 10, for second index it will print 20, for third index 30, and fourth index 40, of third index 40. Okay, so these you have already learned in your, just a second. Yes, so basically what I can do here, for let I is equal to, we will start from zeroth index, okay, and up to when we have to go, up to the length of the string. So ARR dot length means up to this length, means the length is for 4 elements. So up to third index you have to go 0, 1, 2, 3. So up to third it will go and accordingly provide you the output. And then I plus plus. So just a second. Here I have to use I plus plus. Means iterate with each and every looping. Yes. So now you have to perform some task also over here. Whenever you are moving from one element to another element to another element, just print them. Okay. So console.log and print me that element. Means at whatever index you are there, just print that. Okay. This we have done. Now let's try to see that what output we are getting. 10, 20, 30, and 40 is coming. Why they are coming? Because at the first time the I value is 0. So at 0th index, array 0 means the this index. This index is 10, having the element 10. So that's why 10 is there. After that, I value will be incremented. I plus plus means increase the value of I by 1. So I will become from 0 to 1. From 0 to 1 means after 10, it will move to 20. Now it is on 20. Okay. So as it is on 20, so basically what will happen that array at the first index will provide you the value 20. Same for 30 and same for 40. So this is how it will execute. And this is what for loop is there in your array. Now, if you want to print from this same thing using while loop, you can do it. So let's discuss about the while loop syntax. Let I equal to 0. In while loop, initiation part will be there at the first line. Then you have to provide the condition then up to what you want your loop to be continued. So I want it to be continued like this, and inside it I have to print it. So same thing I have to do over here, which is this console.log and print all my elements. These are the different syntax, but will do the same work for you. Okay. So oh, just a second. Right now you can see that it is printing it infinite time because for me, for each iteration, the value will be for I will be 0. I have to also increment it. So how I get incremented? Over here, I will increment it like after each iteration, increase the value of I by 1. And same thing, I can written it like this. I is equal to I plus 1. This is basically the increment operator. Okay. Now if I execute it, so you can see 10, 20, 30, 40 from the for loop is coming. And after that 10, 20, 30, 40 is coming from this while loop. Okay. So while loop is there, it is there. If loop, you have already know about if syntax, that it will work like if a condition is true, it will provide you some output, and else it will provide you this output. Means if condition is true, console this, and if it is false, then they have to move to the else part. So they will console it. Console dot log this part. Okay, so this is basic syntax for if also. So I hope that it is clear to you guys. And basically this is what we have to cover. Okay, in JavaScript, that basic part is there, and everything we are going to learn about React from tomorrow session. Tomorrow I will let you know about the modules, that what are modules in React. And for that, basically we are going to follow a structured format. In that structured format, basically I will use W3 school because we have limited time and we have to cover more as much concept as we can. So for that, it will be good if we are going to use a structured format. Okay, so that's why I will use this W3 school for that, and will let you know about each and every concept over there which was mentioned in that. Okay. So if everything is clear of for this session, then just let me know. And if there is any doubt, then you can ask that doubt also. And also there is one thing which is ternary operator. You also have heard about ternary operator. Just let me tell you about that also. Ternary operator is basically same, perform same task as your if else. Okay. Like suppose if I take, let age is equal to 18. Okay. And I want let message, okay, equals to, I am checking a condition on age. If age is greater than equal to 18, just check that first. For checking it, I will use question mark. So what it will do? It will check that is the age of that student is less than equal to greater than equal to 18. If yes, then provide the output as adult. Otherwise, you have to use a colon over here, and otherwise minor. Okay, based on this, see if this condition is true, then it will evaluate the first part after this question mark. But if this condition is false, then it will provide the second part of this expression and then console it. Console the message because we are storing it in that. So console dot log, and here you have to use this message. Okay. Now let's try to execute it, then it will be more clear. Let me just remove all the part from here, then it will be more visible. Okay, just a second. So you can see adult is coming. Why adult is actually coming? Because you can see the condition is age must be greater than equal to 18. So age is 18 and that's why you are getting the first part. So after this expression, see what is happening in ternary operator. First the condition will be checked. If that is true, you will get the first output. If that is false, you will get the second output over here. Okay. So suppose if I make it to 17, then just let me know that what will be the output for this. In the chat box, just provide the output that it will be adult or minor if I make the age to be 17. Okay, perfect. Yes. So let's try it also. The output is minor. Why minor? Because now you can see the condition is false. And if the condition is false, it will evaluate to the part after this colon because this is the answer for your false part. Okay. So this is it for today's session. And I hope that you have, uh, yes, David Isa, you want to say something?
So I want to ask a question.
What?
Please, I want to ask a question.
Yes, yes, sure.
Please, the semicolon. Do you have to bring it at the end of
Yes,
every
actually,
line,
see,
or
yeah, yeah. See, in JavaScript, it is not mandatory. It is up to you that you want to use a semicolon or not. But in basic programming like C, Java, and Java, what we do, we just use this semicolon at at the end of every statement. This is basically a full stop in our English language. Okay, so that's why I'm using the semicolon. If you don't use it over here, then also the code will run exactly the same. Let me show you. So if you don't use it, still it is running. But just as in English language, we use full stop so that we can know that, okay, this is the line end. So that's why we use semicolon over here so that as a user, you can get the by getting the code, you can see that, okay, this line is ending over here. So it is up to you. It will just increase the readability of your code. Okay. Is it clear? It is optional. It is up to you. You want to use it or not. It just terminate a particular line and stop the execution after that for that particular instance. Okay.
yes, please. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. No problem. So any other doubt, guys? If everything is clear, then just let me know in the chat box and we will just wrap the session. In tomorrow session, I have already told you that what we are going to do. We are just going to start with React. I will just first of all let you know that how to set up it locally in your system, and then we will move with that. And at the end of the session, I will provide you a project regarding uh, the first week, which you have to complete up to Monday. And Monday is the presentation session. I will also tell about you about that. Okay. So if everything is clear, guys, then we can just wrap this session. So thank you so much for joining and happy learning. We will going to connect at 6 p.m. sharp tomorrow. So now you can leave the session, guys. Okay. Thank you, everyone.